So at this point in the video, if you're not convinced that Jon Venus has been buying followers, I'm not really sure what to tell you. It seems blatantly obvious. Hey, what is up, guys? So today we're going to investigate whether or not Jon Venus is buying followers. Now, before I get into this video, let me just say that I feel honestly petty as making this video. It's, it seems kind of just shallow to be like, hey, let's see if Jon Venus is buying followers. But honestly, I think this is a really funny topic and I think it's kind of hilarious. And judging from the fact that you guys really were wanting me to make my next Jon Venus Backyard Eggs parody, I really felt like you guys would be interested in seeing this as well. Which, by the way, I'm going to make that parody relatively soon. I just need to contact my wife, Catherine, and, figure out some things. And we will definitely make that Backyard Eggs ethical murder parody. But that aside, let's get into the actual video. So to begin with, we all know that Jon Venus lost a significant amount of followers in his recent coming out as no longer vegan, and especially after his video claiming that he's going to start murdering deer. I mean, like, how weird, to lose a lot of followers who are against animal murder for making a video where you claim you're going to start murdering animals. Really weird. Anyway, so around the time that Jon Venus came out as not vegan, he actually ended up blocking me on Instagram for making polite comments on his Instagram, just asking him for basic evidence to support his claim that not all people can consume plants and be healthy. So although I didn't have access to his follower account because I was blocked, I had a couple of my Instagram followers let me know that they noticed a couple of weird, unnatural jumps on his follower account. So let's get into those jumps. So here's a screenshot of Monday, August 10th, where Jon had around 197,000 followers. Now here is Wednesday, August 12th, where he had around 195,000 followers. So we can conclude here that he ended up losing around 2,000 followers from the date August 10th to the date August 12th. So here's another screenshot from 2 days later on August 14th on a Friday, where he ended up jumping back to around 197,000 followers. So on Monday, he had 197,000 followers, and by Wednesday, he had lost 2,000 followers and dropped to 195,000 followers as a result. And then by Friday, he gained back 2,000 more followers and was back at 197,000 followers. So after making these observations, I decided to further investigate because follower jumps like these usually don't happen. The follower drops seem natural given his recent coming out as non-vegan, but the jumps were suspicious to me. And for those who think that this isn't too sketchy and think that maybe he posted something in between those dates on the 12th and 14th that went very viral, if you actually look at his posts on those days, he really didn't make any more engagement than he normally does on any of the posts that he made. So this website, if you don't know, is called Social Blade. Basically what you can do on it is track a lot of analytics for people's accounts, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, etc. One of the things that Social Blade can show is follower count, specifically followers gained and lost. So here's a picture of my account, just so I can first explain how this works. So a thing about Social Blade is that for each day that it only shows if you gain followers or lost followers. What determines if it shows that you gain followers or if you lost followers is basically whether you gain more followers than you lost on a day or gain more than you lost on a specific day. So if you look here from August 3rd to 6th, I'm consistently gaining more followers each day than I am losing each day. But then on August 7th, I did not gain any followers, but I lost one. So it's showing that I lost followers rather than gained because I lost more followers than I gained on that day. Hey guys, so I just gotta pause here and point out an error that I made. The number of shown followers gained or lost is actually just based on net gain or loss. So ignore what I just said prior to this correction. I'm just dumb and it was probably my B12 deficiency that was responsible for this error. Also, regardless of this error, my central points still stand. Now, back to the investigation. So now that we understand how Social Blade works, let's take a look at Jon Venus's Social Blade. Okay, so as you can see here, for the majority of the days, Jon is losing more followers than he is gaining. From August 5th to 12th, he's losing a substantial amount of followers. And this would explain those initial screenshots I just shared, where on August 10th, he had 197,000 followers, but then on August 12th, he had 195,000 followers. Now, remember that weird jump that occurred by the time we got to August 14th, where Jon ended up having 2,000 more followers again? Well, look here. On the 13th of August, the day before August 14th, where he got all those followers, he literally gained 4,020 followers in one day. Now, if this isn't a sign of purchasing followers, I don't know what is. It also makes sense that he would be compelled to buy followers if for 8 days straight prior, he was losing more followers than he was gaining per day. So in case you're still not sold on the fact that Jon Venus is most likely or basically has been buying followers, let's compare the amount of followers he gained on that one day, the 4,020, to other vegan influencers in the vegan community who have double, triple, and close to 4 times the amount of followers he has, and hence more overall potential for a reach. So let's take these 3 very large vegan social media accounts and compare the amount of followers they gain on a daily basis and compare those numbers to Jon Venus's 4,020 gained followers in one day. And after I compare him to these vegan influencers, I will compare him to one final person that almost everybody knows and who has a crazy follower account. So let's start with Earthling Ed, who has over double the follower count of Jon Venus. Not even once does Ed break past the 3,000 mark of followers gained in this set of days. Now on to Nima Delgado, who has over triple the amount of followers as Jon. As you can see here, nowhere near 4,000 gained in a single day. Plant-Based News, which has nearly 4 times the follower count of Jon Venus, does not even break 1,500 on a single day. And finally, let's look at somebody who has an insane amount of followers, Eminem, the rapper, who has around 31 million followers. On only one day of these sets of days did Eminem break 4,000 new followers gained. So at this point in the video, if you're not convinced that Jon Venus has been buying followers, I'm not really sure what to tell you. It seems blatantly obvious. Also, I think it's likely that the 870 followers gained on August 4th was the result of buying followers. It just doesn't make much sense to me how on August 3rd and 5th, he didn't even gain more than 78 or 79 followers. And then out of nowhere, in between August 3rd and August 5th, on August 4th, he just gains 870 followers. So I think we have 2 instances here of Jon clearly buying followers. And by the way, look right below the day where he bought 4,000 followers. 2 days later, he literally lost 2,000 followers. Like, damn, that must honestly feel amazing. Imagine buying 4,000 fake followers only to lose 2,000 real followers 2 days later. I feel like I would have reached nirvana at this point. I'm kind of jealous. And guys, I would never buy followers. It sounds kind of crazy, but I believe in genuinely finding followers, genuinely finding people that support me and getting real engagement. Kind of weird, but if I did, I mean, I would be a little bit smarter about it. Like, I don't know why Jon didn't just decide to, you know, maybe buy 500 followers every day or every other day so he couldn't get exposed like this. Like, I'm not sure why he decided to go with 4,000 in one day. It just seems kind of unreasonable to me. Like, maybe it's a little bit cheaper to buy these followers in bulk rather than buying 500 every day or every other day, but is it really worth getting exposed like this? Now, you might be wondering why I made this video. I'm not really sure. I kind of just think this is funny as Now, there is a part of me that honestly feels bad because, you know, although he lost all these followers, I thought he would at least maybe like get a good amount of the carnivore community on his side because, you know, he did after the first couple weeks of not being vegan have a carnivore MD on his channel. You know, I thought maybe he would appeal to the anti-vegan community and the carnivore community, maybe even the hunting community because he's a vegan now becoming a hunter. So I thought maybe, you know, although he lost all these followers, that maybe he would at least gain like 1/4 back or like half back or even all of them back. Who really knows? But I really genuinely thought this, but I guess I was wrong. So I guess he was just losing so many followers that he felt the need to artificially buy followers. And it also seems like he was really just trying to get that 200,000 number back because these numbers are really just around 195,000 to 2,000. Like, those are the numbers that he was really fluctuating between. So it seems like he's fighting to keep that 200,000. There was also some theories that Jon Venus did all this stuff, like going from vegan to hunter and all this out of sort of like publicity reasons, which at first I didn't believe, but now I really do think there is a lot of evidence to support that, but who really knows? But assuming that that was the case, assuming that he did partially switch from vegan to hunter or vegan to meat eater, partially for attention reasons, think about this for a second. So assuming he was going for fame here, like, just how funny is it that he ended up actually losing so many followers on a daily basis that long term he actually ends up having less fame? Like, that must be a great feeling. So yeah, guys, I think it's fairly obvious that Jon Venus is definitely buying followers. I don't really know where to go from here, so, you know, do whatever you want with this information. I think it's just hilarious. Now, before I end this video, I just want to say that if you enjoy this video, you might enjoy the parodies I've made on Jon Venus. So I've actually made 3 that you might really enjoy. So the first one is called Vegan to Hunter. It's me kind of parodying that video he made where he was trying to justify shooting deer in the head and explaining how he's going from a vegan to a hunter, and it's me and my friend imitating him. I'm acting as Jon, my friend is acting as Catherine. You know, it's pretty funny, it's stupid, like, it's cool. And the next one is our vegan self-destructing. Like, Jon Venus made a video saying, is the vegan movement self-destructing? So I made a video that was titled like, oh, is Jon Venus self-destructing? And I was parodying and I was acting as if I was him. And the next one is just a Jon Venus versus Jon Venus parody video where I take clips of him from the past and from now where he's saying very contradictory things.
You know, it's not right. Why is it right? Just because everyone else does it and it's always been that way. It doesn't mean that slavery was right just because they've been doing it for thousands of years in Egypt and stuff like that, you know? It is our right to eat animals and to do something that we've been doing for millions of years.
So, you know, it's just showing the contradictions between Jon Venus now and Jon Venus then, and how he's changed from really good reasoning back in the day when he was vegan to pretty insane reasoning, trying to justify a Holocaust in virtue of the fact that we've been doing a Holocaust for a while. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Please share this around. If you support my content and want to support me on Patreon, the link is in the description below. I've recently added a $1 tier, so it would mean a lot if any of you can possibly support me. I'm trying to do this activism and animal rights activism full time. If you can't afford to support me, that's perfectly fine. I totally understand. Your support and views and likes is enough, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.